Finally, it's official. Carlos Alcaraz is announced as year-end #1 after Rafa went out in the group stages and Tsitsipas failed to go undefeated at the ATP Finals. We can now say Carlos Alcaraz is the 2022 year-end #1. And let's start with this tweet because it's a really nice graphic. We've got Carlos Alcaraz with the open mouth, which is a signature look of Carlos Alcaraz. It always bemuses me how wide he can open his mouth. And I like this graphic because we've got the little 1 in the Carlitos, and it's just officially confirming he is the 2022 year-end #1. And these are some of the cities he was able to play in this year. And listen, he did very well in some of them, especially in the US. We've got Carlos tweeting here because there was a trophy ceremony before Medvedev Tsitsipas kicked off tonight. He was in the arena and he was presented an amazing trophy. It's quite a big one. It's bigger than Carlos himself. And he just put the word saying, this trophy means everything. Thank you, everyone, for your support and belief. And then just sort of tag some sponsors. The next one here is from Tennis Majors. And this is another quote he had with his best jacket on. And it reads, "It means a lot to me to be year-end #1, but I'm a little bit disappointed not to play at the ATP Finals. These things happen in life, but it's an amazing trophy. Hard work pays a lot." And he also went on to say how this is for you guys, the fans, and without the fans, he would never have been able to do as well as he did this season. Of course, it is a real breakthrough year for him, and winning a first Grand Slam, going deep in many Masters events and winning some as well, just goes to show that anything is possible if you really dedicate yourself to the sport. And with regards to him missing out on the ATP Finals, I don't think he'll be too disappointed. Of course, he is disappointed at the moment because he's watching people play tennis, which he feels he could have competed in and done well. But he's going to be here for many years to come. I can't envision really any season without Carlos Alcaraz now being in that top 8. And without any drastic injuries, I really believe that Carlos Alcaraz every year can qualify for the ATP Finals. Looking here, this is a really nice one from Jose Morgado, and this just shows the youngest year-end #1. So as you can see here, Carlos Alcaraz is in fact the youngest, so 19 years and 6 months. We had Leighton Hewitt, 20 years, Roddick, 21 years, Jimmy Connors, 22, Jim Courier, 22, Pistol Pete, 22, Nadal was also 22, McEnroe, 22, Federer, 23, and Borg, 23. So look at some of these names. I mean, Federer and Nadal, 22 and 23 apiece. Alcaraz already year-end #1 at 19. I don't know what that means. I mean, it's just insane. Like, is this guy going to be in the contention as the GOATs one day? I mean, statistically, what he's doing is unheard of in the sport. He's #1, for example, for this. He's already won a Grand Slam. We know Rafa won one early. But to be able to be the year-end #1, that shows you're consistent throughout a season. And I think that's just remarkable for him. This next one is just some of the titles he was able to win this year. So like I mentioned, he won some Masters titles. He won Miami and Madrid. He also won Barcelona. He won Rio on the clay as well. And finally, the best one, the US Open, a Grand Slam. He said he believed in himself this year that he can win a Grand Slam, and that's exactly what he was able to do with the US Open. The last one I've got, this is one of my favourites because it just shows his rise, really. It's been a bit of a meteoric rise from 2018, being 1,490 in the world. I believe he was only, 15-year-old, 14-year-old probably. And look where he is now. 2019, 492. 2020, he rose to 141. 2021, 32. And this is where me and Ben thought would go really big and say he's going to make the top 10 next year. Well, he smashed that and some because he ends #1 in the world, the greatest tennis player right now in terms of the ranking. So I think this is a really special tweet to end things off with. And it just shows he's the youngest, and he's been able to do it so quickly as well. And 19 years old, he's already world #1. But anyway, that's enough from me. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Congratulations, Carlos Alcaraz. I really can't wait to see what this young kid can do in 2023 and beyond. We'll be covering as much of him as possible. And of course, if you haven't already, please make sure hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you very soon.